9 years of WRX ownership. In this video, we're gonna hop in my 2022 tuned WRX and we are going to take it for a drive and talk about the last 9 years of having WRXs in my driveway. I've had a 2015, a 2016, and now a 2022. I've tuned 2 of them. I've done Pro Tunes on one of them, E-tuning on one of them. I've kind of done the entire experience. I've had my ups, I've had my downs. And in today's video, we're gonna take this guy for a drive, do some acceleration, some pulls, have a bit of a fun video, talk about the 9 years of ownership, and ultimately answer the question, would I do it again? Do I regret it? And it's a super windy day, so let's hop in the car, take it for a drive, and I'll see you guys soon. But before we hop in the car and get started with the video, if you're not already subscribed, there's lots of WRX content coming to the channel. Please consider subscribing, liking the video, and commenting. Hugely helps the channel grow, hugely helps me as a creator, and it's free to do. Let's jump in the car and get started with the video. It's been 9 years, and it's kind of crazy. And yes, we're taking a drive on this sunny afternoon, so I apologize for a little bit of sun if it comes out. But the big question for today, do I regret spending the last 9 years of my life driving the WRX platform? And let's give it a little bit of gas. This thing moves. Now, I've had a few cars in between, but I've pretty much had a WRX in my driveway for the last 9 years of my life. And let's talk about it, because there's been some positives, some negatives, some realizations, a little bit of everything, honestly. I would say, for the most part, so far, knock on wood, it's been an overwhelmingly positive experience. I'd like to say I wouldn't trade it for anything, but of course I'd take a GTR tomorrow. But in terms of what you get for this dollar amount, this car has been wonderful. I don't really have any complaints. With that said, there have been some downs. We will talk about it, but let's start with the overwhelming positives. This car can do just about anything. The only times it's really failed me is with my VA generation WRX. There were times where I couldn't get it inspected because I couldn't get it to pass, and that was a problem with the car. I couldn't get the O2 sensor to ready up. That was very inconvenient. Luckily it was COVID, so me not being able to drive it for a couple months because I could not get a sticker wasn't the end of the world. Driving the manual in rush hour traffic in Boston sucks, but that's just, it is what it is. The only other thing, my other complaint, I guess, with this car is it's just not very large, and there are times that you wish you had a bigger car. But look, I've had this car, I've had fun in basically the snow, the rain, the sun, the summers. I've run summer tires, I've run winter tires, I've run all seasons. I've, drifted these cars. I've done donuts in the rain. I've done stupid stuff. I've tuned all but one of my WRXs. This WRX is making the most power that I've ever made in a WRX by a wide margin. And these are quick cars when you put your money where your mouth is and invest some money into these cars. And I think that my overall experience has been these cars are wonderful daily drivers stock, but they take some effort, tuning, and money to make them, what they are really supposed to be, which is a driver's car. And I think that overwhelmingly that experience of that journey has been positive. Again, minus the O2 sensors, I've had a pretty good experience tuning these cars. Knock on wood, I haven't had any big breaks or anything just yet. I also haven't done anything super crazy in terms of power, but I've been making basically as much as you can make without going on ethanol or upgrading a transmission or doing internals. So making decent power, and I drive them. I mean, that's probably the best way to go about this video is I've been driving WRXs for 9 years and I drive them. I don't race them on racetracks every day, but I also don't baby my cars, and they've done right by me. So would I do it all again? And I know this video has been a little bit everywhere so far, but I really wanted to answer, would I do it all again? Because I think that is the best reflection of whether or not I've had a positive or negative experience with the WRX. And my answer is kind of. I only say kind of because I drove the WRX for about 2 years without tuning it. I feel like I wasted that time. I never really got to start understanding this car and this platform and what it means. And if I think I were to do it all again, it's a really good question. I wish I had an answer, and I know this video is supposed to have an answer, but if I wasn't making content around the cars, I may have tried more cars. With that said, I have tried a lot of cars, and I genuinely like this platform, but I think I would have probably sold out and bought something faster. I think the one thing with this platform is it's like a gateway drug, and that's been the 9 years of experience has only taught me what I really want out of a car. And what do I really mean by that? I really want something long-term that's all-wheel drive. I really want something that moves very, very, very quickly. But I'm willing to sacrifice some of that like quickness with handling, because this car is just wonderful. I'm going 55 miles an hour in a posted 30 in Mexico, going around turns in the middle of the woods, and I feel totally comfortable, planted. I can talk with my hand. I'm not nervous. You cannot say that about most cars. So this car has just been a learning experience. Beyond that, I've done more mechanical work on this car than I've done with any other vehicle. And I feel like a better automotive enthusiast because of that. Is this car perfect? Absolutely not. Does it have a lot of problems? Yeah, it does. Does Subaru need to do a lot of work with it? Yeah, they do. Would I buy them again? Of course, absolutely. Do I see a day where a WRX isn't in my driveway? Probably not. Will it be the only car in my driveway? Also probably not. Let's give the car some gas. And I think that brings me back to it's a gateway drug. The WRX, the longer you have it, makes you hungry for more. You begin to enjoy things that the WRX can give you that the average sports car can't give you, like insane handling and the ability to make 400 wheel horsepower with not a lot of money and maintain that insane handling. There are a lot of aspects of this car that to find elsewhere in another platform, you have to spend real money. And I think that it's almost a downside of the WRX. The more you drive these and the longer you have them, the more you're unwilling to give up. And that's probably the best way to talk about the WRX, is the lack of willingness to lose the performance in turns, the performance coming out of corners, the ability to almost never spin your tires, regardless of how much power you're making. These are things that you just will not give up in your next car. So it's a gateway drug, but to an expensive hobby. And that is unfortunately the place that I'm in, but it's not that unfortunate, because the only unfortunate piece is my wallet getting hit. The rest of it is all about smiles and, you know, having fun with a vehicle that you get to customize. So this video has been a little everywhere, but that's also really reflective about my experience with this car. And it's been a good 9 years, and I've seen a lot of progression from Subaru. Is it a perfect car? Absolutely not. Do I think everyone should own a WRX at one point in their lives if they love cars? Yeah, 100%, because there aren't a lot of other cars out there that you can have the same metrics of performance and all-round sports car that will, at the very least, help you understand what you want out of a sports car. The WRX is very unique, and it's one of the few cars that will let you experience that journey firsthand and not guess at what you're looking for. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one.